Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. If you're in the chat, let me know if the music is too loud or if the microphone is just right. That way I can adjust it. Hariom Tat Sat. Excellent. Peace and welcome. Don't worry about it. Good to see you. Sanya Taura 000. Peace, peace. Mobi. Peace, peace. Those are some awesome Baphomet crochets. Is that what you're working on making yourself? The Electric Rose. Peace. Greetings. So the big question is, are you mature enough to exist outside the matrix? Are you strong enough to exist outside the matrix? MC Maestro, peace, brother. Maestro says we'll stay for a bit. Got stuff I've been putting off. Right on. I don't think I'll be on for too long. But I think it is good to think about the questions that you ask yourself, right? See, this is a big deal, a huge deal. The language that we use, the words that we use, the definitions, the beliefs, all that stuff. It's a huge deal. And a big part of that is the questions that we ask ourselves. When you make a mistake or you do something that's not really, your best, what kind of questions are you asking yourself in that moment? Why am I such a screw up? Why did I fuck it up so bad? Why didn't I do X, Y, Z? So here's the thing, when you ask those questions, you get answers. The subconscious mind and the unconscious mind, they produce reality. And one of the most efficient ways that they produce reality is through the questions that you ask. So when asking yourself questions like that, you're going to get reasons to why you're a failure. Why am I such a failure? Well, you're going to get a reason. Why didn't I do it right? Why did I make a mistake? Why did I fuck it up? You're going to get an answer to that. So those aren't the best questions to ask. They don't solve the problem. Are you trying to solve the problem? Are you trying to continue the problem? If you want to ask questions that help you to solve the problem, you ask a question that puts the situation in a constructive manner. What can I learn from this? How can this actually help me down the line? And here's the best one. What's the good intention behind this? What's the positive within this? And it's not about feel-good affirmations. We're really talking about your internal atmosphere, your internal environment, right? So if you've got these negative self-defeating thoughts that are bouncing around in your head, that's the type of reality you're going to produce. Can't get any more simple than that. Serious Suit 888, peace, my friend. Sat. By the way, if you're here, like the video. I think we have 3 times as many people here than there are likes. Let's change that. So while I was doing my consultations for the week, I pay attention and I learn quite a bit, right? I learn a lot from the people that I interview, the people that I help, and I also learn a bit from myself, because sometimes things just kind of come out. Jeanette Renea, the self-care stylist, peace. And one of the questions that I got just a few days ago was about meditation, right? And one of the issue that homie was facing was that he kind of felt like his meditations hit a stagnant point, wasn't really going much further than where it was. He did mention that he was able to see visuals and things like that. And just to be fair, he wasn't under the impression that in order to have a successful meditation, that means you have to see stuff. He wasn't like that. But I know a lot of people are like that. A lot of people feel that a successful meditation means that you're able to see visuals and lines and colors and shapes and all that. That's not the indication of a successful meditation. Those things might happen. Most of the time they don't, right? Most of the time they don't. Really, in the beginning, when you start really making breakthroughs in your meditation, yeah, you're going to see a lot of cool stuff like that. But that's not an indication of whether or not you're doing your meditations properly. And that's the slippery slope, because once you eventually hit that point where you're not seeing anything, you're going to start to feel like feeling, and you're not doing it right. And then you'll give up. But the truth of the matter is, some people see vivid visualizations, and then there comes a point where that comes every now and then, right? When I meditate, I don't always see stuff like that, right? Because meditation is not about that. Meditation is more about an exercise for the mind. It's about sharpening the awareness on subtle levels. So it's not something that's going to be so obvious all the time. One of the metaphors that came out of me while having this discussion back and forth was about crystals. And you'll notice that there's crystals that you can buy online that are really smooth, right? They're smooth rocks. They're rounded. And if you look, they're called tumbled crystals. Why? Because they don't come out of the earth like that. When they come out of the earth, they're pretty ragged, jagged, rough around the edges. So in order to make those crystals smooth, they put them into a tumbler, and they literally tumble them, right? In this metal steel tumbler, and they spin them around and around and around to the point that those crystals stop being rough and they become smooth, right? So after a while, once they've been tumbling more and more, they don't get much smoother, right? The same thing happens with a rock that's in a river. Over time, the water washes over the rock and it becomes smooth and smooth until the point that it's a smooth rock. It doesn't get much smoother than that. It don't get much smoother than this. So likewise, this is what we're doing with meditation. A lot of us, when we sit down to meditate for the first times, and we're not very smooth, we're not very experienced, the experience can be kind of jagged, rough. It's difficult to concentrate. We get distracted easily. We'll have vivid visualizations. The mind races, right? This is us being the jagged rock. But over time, as you meditate more and more, it's like that tumbled rock. You become smoother and smoother. And what's actually happening is you're harmonizing yourself. You're balancing yourself. Because the physical aspect of you is all over the place. You're so tuned into your five senses and your memories and all that other stuff. Your astral body is all over the place because your emotions are out of control. Your mental body is all over the place. So you're like a jagged rock. But what happens is when you have an actual spiritual discipline, like meditation, or like doing your mantras, or anything of the sort, you begin the process of smoothing yourself and coming into an alignment with your highest body. And what this actually does is it starts to harmonize your experiences. So you might have had crazy, vivid visualizations at first, and they begin to slow down. That doesn't mean that you're becoming immune or numb to your meditations. And that doesn't mean that your meditations are failing. All that means is that you're starting to come into a harmonized balance point. So if that's someone like you, if you have beginning to feel like you hit a plateau with your meditation, keep going. Because all that means is that you no longer are experiencing a drastic change in your lower body. You're still experiencing change in your more subtle aspects. And that's what meditation does. Meditation helps to still the physical body and still the emotions and still the mental body so that you can come into a place of harmony. And when you're in a place of harmony, you're not causing a bunch of crazy karma for yourself. Or should I say, you're not facilitating the process of erratic karma. You get all that stuff out of your system when you first take your spiritual practice seriously. And then you come to a point of stillness, of balance, of harmony. It's supposed to happen. Spiritual Nectar of Water says, does your name give you powers? What are powers? What are powers and what is a name? You answer that and then I'll answer your question. MC Maestro says, what's the difference between a visualization and a distraction specifically? The difference is how much attention you fix to it. Every visualization and every image that comes to mind, it comes up out of the unconscious mind for a reason. It is a metaphor that means something. Yeah. So whether or not you get a visualization that makes sense or a visualization that doesn't make sense, they're all accurate. They're all just metaphors coming out of the unconscious mind. But the difference between it being a distraction and visualization, as you say, is how much awareness you affix to it, right? How much awareness you affix to it. So one of my personal mantras that I come up with is, even if, so what? And what I mean is that I first got that whenever I would have paranoid thoughts. This is how I got over my own paranoid thoughts. Oh, this is going to happen, or they're going to do this, or they're saying this, or whatever paranoid thought would come up in my mind. I have a mantra for that immediately. I say, even if, so what? And when I say that, I play out the consequence. Even if this paranoid thought was true, so what? Then I visualize it happening, and then it's not so bad. I let it go. Then I begin to apply that to other visualizations, right? To the other things that begin to come into mind whenever I'm trying to focus on one thing. And what I find is that this is, to me, this is a result of non-attachment. To be able to experience any visualization or distraction or memory or thought or whatever, and not cling to it. Even if, so what? At all times, we are experiencing visualizations. All of this is a holographic illusion anyway. And I say specifically holographic illusion. I'm not just repeating buzzwords from the spiritual community. Like, all this is actually a holographic illusion. So look into what those two words mean. An illusion means that you're experiencing something that is not exactly what it is, right? You're experiencing something, but you're not experiencing the totality of it. So to look at it and take it at face value, to take it at surface level, that's living in an illusion, right? That's not the reality of it. And when we talk about a hologram, right? A hologram, and I love using this metaphor. I've been using it all week, maybe the past 2 weeks, because it's extremely relevant to our spiritual practice. And again, this goes back to what you asked, Maestro, about the difference between a visualization and a distraction. Anything that comes out of the unconscious mind comes out for a reason, and there is reality in it. Whether you're fantasizing about the best twerk master or you have a vision of Shiva, there's ultimate reality in both of those, if you know how to look. But there's also distraction in both of those, right? You can be very distracted fantasizing about deities and gods and spirits and all that stuff. It all depends on your level of awareness and focus. It also depends on your intention, right? Did you sit down in order to have a vision of Shiva? If not, then it's a distraction. Keep it moving. Did you have the intention to have a vision of Shiva? Did you get one? Okay. What's the message? What's the metaphor? Breaking down your dreams is just like breaking down your meditations. What's the metaphor? Don't, just like what Micah said, don't disregard anything. The truth is in all of it. Okay, and this is what I mean by holographic illusion. When we deal with a hologram is a structure where the whole is contained within every single aspect of the medium, right? So when the laser beam hits the medium and it displays an image, well, that information is stored within every single aspect of that medium. So we can say that if that medium was a DVD, right? Let's say the DVD was, if you put that under the laser, it's going to display the whole movie. But let's just say this DVD is a hologram. So if you shatter that DVD into 100 pieces, even if you get 100th of the piece and you shine that laser in it, you're still going to get the whole movie. That's what a hologram is. A hologram means that this is a setup, a context where the data and the information of the whole is stored in the part. Just like we can take a piece of your DNA and get all the information about your physical body and some of your emotional and mental body. The same way that the entire universe is stored within you. Macrocosm, microcosm. As above, so below. Right? That's what makes this right here so perfect. This right here is a hologram. This is a hologram. This shows you the structure of the hologram. You can take this one piece and apply it to the universe as a whole or to the individual, the macrocosm to the microcosm. So the reason I'm saying this is that reality is a holographic illusion. Illusion being something that is not what it appears to be. Hologram being a structure where the totality is stored in where the macrocosm is in the microcosm. So basically, every experience that you have, the message of life is there. Whether you're at the grocery store shopping for apples, the meaning of life is in that experience. You just had a terrible breakup with your lover, the meaning of life is in that experience. Just like the universe is stored within the individual, right? That's what it means that this is a hologram. So in one context, that means don't take this too seriously. It's not that serious. And at the same time, you're doing it right. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it right. You're doing what you need to do. You're on the right track. You're doubting yourself. Stop doing that. Believe in yourself. Like I said, you didn't bring those images to mind. The unconscious mind produced those images and brought them to the surface, which means that there's another intelligence at work within you. It's more than just your conscious mind. There's another intelligence at work. Trust that intelligence, that it knows what it's doing. Trust yourself. When we say go within, look within, what we're talking about is trusting and exploring that unconscious mind, right? It's more than just sitting down and being still. It's allowing yourself to be open to whatever comes, and don't attach to it. Let it pass. This is meditation. You sit there and you let whatever come. You don't affix to it. Let me keep going because I think that there was more questions. Sat Xavier Schaffer Bay, peace. Nicole Berkeley, peace. Let me know if I answered that question. MC Maestro says it's a trick question, a paradox, really. Yeah. Let's see. Bizarre Cultivations, peace. Sunshine Chick, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. Relic, welcome back. Kristen Lambert, I'm just bored. Okay, well, do your thing. Yeah, Micah says, so like this girl showed up and I got shooketh out of my state, yo. Right. So that shows that your awareness got attached to the image and it became a distraction. Even if so what? Let that image pass. I'm telling you. I think it's really good practice for waking life. It's really good practice for waking life because if you really do the exercise and practice of pushing past that resistance, pushing past that that feeling of discomfort, right? If you do a good job of pushing past that, you're actually strengthening your resolve. So when it comes to day-to-day life, when you experience a similar situation like that, you're able to push past it. Even if so what? Even if I got cut off in traffic, okay, I'm still going to where I'm going. Right? Even though I might have lost some money, I'm still good. Even though I might have, I don't know, made some kind of mistake, whatever. Still good. You didn't screw up. And you're not cursed. Nobody's hexing you. Stop saying that shit. Stop it. Nobody's hexing you. Nobody's cursing you. And the Freemasons aren't out to get you. Come on now. Curve 999. Good to see you again, brother. Curve says athletics do that and they practice to work through whatever illusion they are projecting. So if they do go through it, they have strategies to prevent it from affecting them. That's brilliant. That's brilliant because, like I said, also, the more that you practice this, the more that you actually help yourself, like you just said, develop strategies to overcome this. Because if you encounter something traumatic for the first time, you don't know what to do, right? Your body goes into a state of fight or flight or freeze, and that moment is impressed upon the unconscious, and you dwell on it for years after that. And your personality is shaped after it. But if you're able to have these visualizations come to mind and work through them in your head, you're actually teaching your unconscious mind to reveal to you different solutions. So when something does come up, if something comes up, you'll be more prepared to handle it. If you're out in public one day and somebody just let off a gun, are you instantly going to go to fight, flight, freeze, terror? Or are you going to be able to be still enough and come into that place of oneness that you've been practicing? I'm not saying, go be Chuck Norris or nothing, but at least you can operate in that situation with a clear head. Sunya Taura 000 says, believe everything. Don't believe in anything. Spiritual nectar of water says name equals energy signature. Okay. And powers equals abilities. So I'm going to ask you to define that again, because powers, abilities, like what are you actually trying to say? By the way, it's hard defining this. I just went with what I felt. Okay. So I'm going to just ask you to clarify your words so you can really get at the core of what it is that you're actually asking, right? Because your idea of powers is not the same as mine. And if you ask me, from my definition, you've already got your powers. You're just learning how to apply them in the right context. Now, if you're talking about Wolverine claws and Cyclops laser beams and all that stuff, I mean, you might want to go back in time to the point where I don't know. You do what you do. You already have your powers. That's my answer to your question. Hecate, peace, peace. Framestar, peace. Young Infinite Minds says that chair looks comfy. It is. It's made of unicorn fur. Spiritual Nectar Water says, wow, today I chanted a mantra saying, I believe in myself. Instantly, I felt a deep calm. Very cool. Keep doing that. And notice how you are in control of your state change. Notice how you are in control of your state change. Grateful for you, G. Nowadays, I look forward to your teachings. You're a rare breed. Hecate says, hi, everyone. I got wine, so I am happy. Awesome. Awesome. Enjoy your night. You deserve it. You work so damn hard. You work so damn hard. Listen, give Hecate some congratulations because she busts her ass and she's been busting her ass ever since I've known her. Right. And you just now got a new building for your business and you're about to skyrocket. You're about to shoot to the moon. You're doing your thing. I'm proud of you. You're putting the magic to work. And amidst all this, you're also studying diligently. You're a rare breed. And you're a good example, a great example. Congratulations. Enjoy that wine. And I hope you have an excellent night, Hecate. For real, for real. I see you. Christian Lambert says, not bored of you. Okay, I'm glad you clarified because you almost hurt my feelings. Sonia Torres says, I got a Coors Light. Okay, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. MC Maestro says, I saw a chick in meditation getting dicked out by someone I used to see as an enemy. After meditation, I opened Instagram and it was true. Even if, so what? Use this as practice, my friend. Use this as practice. Use this as training. These emotions, man, they'll have you act in all kind of ways. Use this as training, my friend. Use this as training. I know what you're talking about. I done felt it too. It sucks. It sucks. Until you learn how to overcome it. What sucks about it? Why am I getting hurt by that? Why does it affect me the way it does? Ask these right questions. And then when you get the answers, use them to make yourself stronger. And here's the key. Try to do that without putting her down or putting him down in your head. Right? Right? When you see something like that, try to overcome it without stepping on the two of them. Real Jedi stuff. Or Sith, whatever. They're just words. Curve 999 says, always love being here, bro. Awesome. Awesome. I said, Aja, peace, peace. I still remember meeting you in person in the first Master Student Conference. Hopefully I'll be able to catch you at the next one. Sonia Tara 000 says, that's every day where I'm from. Shootings and I don't even react like it didn't happen because I create my reality and played into it. No attention. I paid it no attention. It didn't happen. Your environment is in here. Not out here. Now, if you get like Papa Magus, you can start making your external environment match your internal environment. So whether your eyes are open or closed, you're in the same place. A little bit more glitter, but close enough. Phoenix Will Fit. Good to see you, beautiful. That nigga said laser beams. Well, you know. And I'm really not here to tear nobody down. I have no intention to make anybody feel bad. You know that. But what I also want to do is to make sure that your thinking is on the right track, right? Bobby Hemmett talked about, we gonna be like the X-Men, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna say he was wrong, because Magneto was an X-Men and so was Charles Xavier, and those two powers are very real, right? He'd also talk about Star Wars and the Force and all that stuff. Those type of things are very real. See, the Force wasn't about pushing stuff. It wasn't about telekinesis. The Force was about something so much more subtle. Just like cities, right? There are cities that exist, but they're not the focus. Yeah, you can levitate. Yeah, you can walk through fire and shrink and grow. Yes, those things are humanly possible, but they're not the goal. By the time you reach an incarnation when you're able to do those things, you'll only use them when they're necessary. And in this world, they're not very necessary. Maybe that's why they go all the way out there to the top of the Himalayan mountains, because that's when you'll need to grow to a massive size, or to become invisible, or to, I don't know, make fire come out of your hands because it's ice cold up there. But there's no reason to be doing that out here on Instagram. What just to show off? Or to go fight the cops or something like that? You ain't gonna do this to us no more. Bzz. Bzz. No. If your intentions is to stay in the matrix and continue the illusion, then don't really worry about powers. Shango, peace, bro. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you, Pamela Pitts. When you come in, hit the like button. I appreciate it. YouTube appreciates it. And it's healthy for you. MC Maestro says Sakate an ass buster. Learn from her. And she repairs asses too. Look at that. She's opening up her own business, studying constantly, and doing these amazing BBLs. Like, y'all don't understand. Look, if you ever feel like you're overwhelmed and you got too much on your shoulders, just remember. It's somebody out there doing it, going hard, thriving and surviving. Right? You can do whatever you put your mind to, but you're only going to do what you feel like it. You heard what I said? You can do anything you put your mind to, but you're only going to do what you feel like doing. You're not going to do what you don't feel like doing. Am I lying? So what does that mean? How is that useful? That means begin to work on your states. Remember what homie said earlier? He was able to tell himself a positive mantra and change his state to where he felt good. Well, check this out. If you learn how to manage your own states, you can start feeling like doing the stuff that you want to do. The only reason that you don't do what you want to do is because you don't feel like it. That's it. Not because you're cursed, not because you didn't do your meditation and your yoga, but it's because you don't feel like it. So if you can find out how to make yourself feel like it, you can do anything. It's that simple. Like, reality is not difficult. It's simple. ZZ3RO says, hey, how you doing? I've been having visualizations of weird beings when I close my eyes, and they look like women with black eyes. They try to tear me apart and only spawn at night. Any ideas? Day is okay. Well, what does that metaphor mean to you? If you could turn it into a metaphor, what does that mean? What does that mean? What do black eyes mean? What do women mean to you? What's the metaphor? What's the story? What's the story? What's the trigger? Why only at night? Right? That's the context at night, the trigger. How does it make you feel? What kind of state does it put you in? Ask questions around the situation. Don't worry about who are these women, what planet are they from. Don't worry about that stuff. That's the content. Worry about the context. Worry about the structure of that. That's how you get to the bottom of it. But if you spin around in the content like everyone else on the internet is telling you to do, you'll never find the right answers. But you will begin creating strange beliefs. Now, if that's what you want for entertainment purposes, be my guest. Create strange beliefs. I've done it. We've all done it. But when I started to learn to pay attention to the context, I started to be able to get answers, not more strange beliefs. Will Trent, peace, bro. King Fowler Garage Gym Workouts. It's been a minute. Peace, bro. WVT says, I'm going through it, but I know exactly what's happening. First time ever I've been facing these demons, patterns, head on, looking them right in the eye and handling it seriously. Awesome, brother. Awesome. I can see your progress as well. I congratulate you. Because the thing is, like, now that you have answers and tools and weapons to use, you're going to come to a point that you're going to neutralize this conflict. These patterns, these conflicts begin to manifest themselves over and over until you learn how to neutralize them. Just like what I said at the beginning of the video, right? You're still a crystal, right? That has a few rough edges. And as you're being tumbled by your practice, right? You're the one tumbling yourself, or your higher self is tumbling your lower self. You're becoming smoother and smoother. And the fact that you have answers, and solutions to what's going on, that's a sign of you becoming more smooth. So in the consultation, homie also asked, so is meditation the key? Is meditation the most important thing? And my answer was, the most important thing is to become as smooth as possible. Whether you get smooth through meditation, whether you get smooth through mantras, whether you get smooth through a vegan diet, whatever it takes to smooth you out, that's what's the key. That's the key. See, I got smooth from reading a lot of books. Your path is different. Some people do start to become more and more expanded in their awareness from their diet, right? These people are more kinesthetic. Some people are more visual. Some people are more auditory. Find your key submodality. Find your key channel of processing reality. Are you a visual person? Are you an auditory person? Or are you a kinesthetic feeling person? That's a clue to how you're going to get to where you need to be. Spiritual Nectar says, bro, your transformation from your old videos to now is such an inspiration to me. I still watch your old videos. I've been following for years now. Awesome. Thank you. Sirius 2888 says, I've been realizing when emotions come up to let them flow and watch myself in the emotions of action. Then I stop and apply the techniques and the things, and people seem to not comprehend the state change. This is power, my friend. This is power. And here's the thing. The more that you do this, the better you get. The more you do this, the better you get. Asit Ajah says, I agree, Trav. Hopefully I will see you at the next conference. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Young Infinite Minds says, how can one fully escape the Matrix? That was a question that was brought to me in another consultation on that same day. And here's the thing. You're not in the Matrix. You're not in it. You only think you are. So you fully escape the Matrix when you realize that you're not here. It's a holographic illusion. You don't exist. That's the hologram and the illusion, right? You're looking down at this and you identify with it and you think it's you. You believe that this is you so hard that you're experiencing the suffering and the pleasure that come with this experience. I'm not out of this thing yet, but I'm a whole lot further than I used to be. But it's ultimately coming into a true understanding, not a superficial understanding, not an ego understanding. I'm not here. I'm not here. Not no escapism, but coming to the point that you are so harmonized that things don't affect you good or bad. And when I say things don't affect you good or bad, I mean you realize that you're not here, that your physical body is a part of nature. Your physical body is part of Prakriti. Just like your pinky finger is part of your hand, right? And the hand is part of the body. This whole body and the mind and the emotions is part of nature. This body is made of the same stuff that this chair is made of the same stuff that these lights are made of. You're not here. You're watching the hologram. You're sitting there watching the DVD. You're experiencing it, but you're identifying with it. So you do spiritual work to really start to uncover the layers and learn for an experiential fact that you're not here. That's when you escape the matrix. But what keeps you locked into this matrix is your language, your words, your beliefs, and your patterns. That's what keeps you here. Let me know if that answers your question. Hecate says, ha ha ha, I'm doing a BBL. Why in BBL? Spiritual Nectar says, bruh, you are insanely funny. Oh, thank you. Flattery gets you extra credit. Will says the shadow work is real. God came to me with it today, and instead of ignoring him like old patterns, I looked him in the eye and said, yo, I'm really going through it right now. He said he hopes it gets better. I won. I fucking won. Hell yeah, bro. Digital fist bump. Seriously, that's awesome. See, this is how you know that it's working. Like when your behavior changes, when your patterns change, that's how you know you're doing the work. It's not about just repeating shit online. Like, you know it's working when your life is starting to change. So yes, man, yes. Keep going. This is good. Shango says if you have too much on your shoulders, Hecate can put it in your butt cheeks. BBL master. Hey, that's magic, ain't it? That's a form of sorcery, man. That's a form of sorcery. Sorceress, Hecate. Love it. Asad Ajah says, Trav, what mantra is this you're listening to? Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. I'll put it in the chat if you want. Anthony Hardy says, that's that shadow work. Confront it face on and become your true self. Best thing in life. Or just practice a little bit of everything. Yes, sir. MC Maestro says 2016 Trav, the Demon Lord. Yep. I had to reintegrate him. And all the others. Cool stuff. BBL City. Okay. Let me put this mantra in the chat. I consider Sunday my day off because that's the day that I don't do any consultations. So with this being my day off, I'm gonna live stream on Fortnite after this. If you guys care to watch, we're gonna have some fun. We have fun every time we play. Okay, so I'm getting the mantra right now, and I'm gonna put it in the chat because you guys need to hear these mantras. They're good stuff. They're good stuff. Really good. It's very smooth, and it's a simple mantra. And if you can sit down and meditate this 5, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, imagine what kind of state change that you'll experience. set. Ooh, how do I watch my own video? All right, well, as I figure this out, I'm gonna look at some more of these comments. Moby says, yes, and relationships change and become stronger because you're changing yourself. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Sirius Sue Triplet says they need a Bihar booty lift from Hecate. Bihar booty lift. Trevino, peace, peace. Carl Jr. says, hoping to manifest some BBL myself. Right, bro. Or sis. I mean, your name's Carl, so I'm going to assume. Mystical Order of Yisrael says, what's your thoughts on semen retention and empowering oneself? It's really useful if, it's really useful for keeping your focus and keeping your health. And hell, if you can do it for 90 days, you might become Super Saiyan. I found it to be very useful for myself because it does help me to focus more on what I'm actually working on. And it does make you very magnetic to the opposite sex. And that might be for subconscious reasons. But yeah, it helps me as far as being more focused on what I'm working on and working with a higher level of intensity. But, it's good to take a break every now and then. And yeah, like Shango said, control the sexual urge. That too. And yeah, like Shango said, control the sexual. I'm on YouTube. Love that guy. Love that guy. Good stuff. Maestro's got a wrench. Shango, you get a wrench. So here's another thing. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, spirits. Working with spirits and stuff like that. Too savage. Oh, I missed it. So yeah, I get a lot of questions still about spirits and are these spirits good or bad, or demons good, demons bad, angels good, da 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 da. Please understand, demons are not bad and angels are not good. We're dealing with a hierarchy. And also we're dealing with algorithms. These spirits are not things and people out there. They're algorithms of energy. And when I say algorithms of energy, what I'm saying is they're algorithms. There are patterns of influence, patterns of pressure, patterns of movement. That's all they are. They're patterns of flow, of frequency, of up and down. These angels, these demons, they're literally just identified patterns. Just like you have a table of elements, right? Those 100 whatever elements of hydrogen, carbon, and iron, and fluoride, and oxygen, and whatever. Angels and demons and grimoires are basically just a system of a collection of these different algorithms. That's it. They're not beasts in some alternate dimension waiting to get you, right? That's not how this works. Trust me. Matter of fact, don't trust me. Experience it. This is what the advanced magic is all about. Understanding these algorithms and learning how to put them to use for yourself. Now, the reason that we see them as individual people with wings and horns and shit like that is because the mind's way of communicating with the conscious mind, right? The same way that you can't look at the lines of code like the Matrix. You're not going to look at that code and see the program. Only a highly trained specialist can do that. You're not a highly trained specialist, so you have to see the interpretation, or shall I say illusion, holographic illusion, like I explained earlier. So when you look at YouTube or Instagram or whatever app you play, Candy Crush, it's strings of code. And when you press something or tap something, that adds a new piece of the code. It adds a new function. But since you can't see it just like that, you have to have it interpreted in some kind of user interface. So the matrix, the part of the matrix that you directly interact with, is the user interface. Who doesn't know what the user interface is? Okay, Hollow Vegeta, peace. So the user interface is it's what you actually work with, right? It's what you actually work with. So when you look at this, you look at the images and the things that you tap on, you didn't actually tap on anything. You just changed the code, and now the code presents itself in a different way. Likewise, when you're working with these spirits, the demons and the angels and whatever you visualize, that's not what they actually look like. They don't look like anything. They're patterns of energy. But you use your visualization as a user interface to move and change and shift the code. That's it. And the reason that you are able to work with any spirit that has ever been put together by man, none of them are off limits. The reason that you're able to work with all of them is because that source code is actually inside of you. Remember what I said about the hologram? The whole is contained within the small part. So what makes these spirits and these entities also exist within you? You're not separate from them. That's why you're able to work with them. Do you hear what I'm saying? So it's not about good versus evil. There's no war in heaven with demons against angels and Satan and Lucifer. No, stop that. That's called confusion. That's called confusion. And look outside at what confusion does to people. It has them acting very weird. It has them acting very inefficient to a happy lifestyle, causes suffering. How much have you hurt yourself trying to avoid going to hell? How much have you hurt yourself trying to not sin? How much have you punished yourself on the inside because you thought you were sinning? You're a sinner. You're a born sinner, right? That's the framework that you're using to experience life, that you're a born sinner. Ain't no happiness there. Like, look at the setup. You know what I'm saying? Look at the hustle. Look at the scam. I'm a born sinner. And the only way for me to save my soul, which, by the way, I don't even know what the fuck that is. The only way for me to save my soul is to accept Jesus Christ as my savior. Who is that? Why is that the only way? You don't get any explanation. All you get is emotional manipulation. Likewise with every other Allah or whatever. Abraham, Muhammad, George Washington, whatever. Look at the setup here. I ain't a born sinner. Look what Hollow Vegeta said. Fuck that. Are you a born winner? You a born winner. Which algorithm are you going to pick? Because these are also algorithms. Born sinner, that's also an algorithm just like Andros or Shiva or Vegeta, right? These are all algorithms, patterns. MC Maestro says either I win or I'm a winner. Shout out to my fellow Gemini genius, Donald Trump, who wrote that in one of his books, by the way. I don't like Trump. He ruined America. Huh? What do you mean? How do you know that? Because you heard somebody else say that? Well, none of that stuff matters at all. You have no part in it. Unless you have a part in it, you have no business even talking about it. Who cares? You don't know these people? I am never going to meet Joe Biden in my life. If he's still alive. If that was ever really a person to begin with, right? All the world's a stage. And guess what? None of that even matters. None of that even matters. Oh, they're cloning people and they're doing this and that. What does that have to do with you? What does them cloning presidents and celebrities have to do with you? Did you see that they got cloning fetuses now and we're being cloned? Meanwhile, you're still not paying attention to how your mind works. You're still out here traumatized and reacting to past pain, right? You're still going through your own personal hell, but you're worried about cloning celebrities and shit. You need to cut it. Yeah, Micah says confusions, illusions, polluting my union. Zero says, I have a question. Can you obtain information about your path by dreaming? Because I remember having large conversations with entities that I've never seen in reality, but can't really remember what they say. That's fine. You remember what they say. It came out of your unconscious mind and it's still there. So yeah, you can. Because like I explained earlier in this video, a hologram means that the macrocosm is stored within the microcosm. That means the message of the whole thing is wrapped up in every particle of it. That means that all the information of the entire universe is also within your little self, which means that when you dream and you get a message, that message is already present and evident in your waking life. So the difference is between your subjective reality and your objective reality, the difference is learning how to make those things come into a harmony. That's why I said, what's the metaphor? What's it really trying to tell you? I'm not trying to just be deep and mystical. Like, you can make sense of this stuff. Yeah, you can figure it all out. You can. But it starts with a proper framework. Starts with the proper framework. You got to get rid of the whole good versus evil. You got to get rid of these demons and angels out here floating around in the stratosphere, channeling down to talk to you. That's an interpretation, yes, and your interpretation is valid, but that's not the reality. The reality is we're dealing with something that's very abstract, and it's not like anything that you're familiar with. So since you're not able to be familiar with it, your brain has to literally make up something so that you can become familiar with it. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. I am infinite being says, wait, so you saying all the deities are part of the matrix and our bodies are part of the matrix, which is why all these deities are in us? That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes, you got it. You got it. You're the genius here. You got it. And that's how we can say namaste. I see the God in you. You are me reflected, and all that corny stuff that we say, right? All the corny shit that we DM each other to make each other feel good. That's what that means. That's what that means. All the information of the whole is stored in the tiny package. That's literally what a hologram is. So that's why this is a holographic universe. That's why this is a holographic illusion. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. MC Maestro says Trav lives in Biden's basement. He's the true executive occult advisor. Somebody gonna start believing that. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have my own little conspiracies. I barely got out unscathed from my last conspiracy theory where they had this whole Facebook group about how I was an archon sucking the melanin out of people through Facebook. Don't start up another one. Don't give a smooth brain too much to work with. What did Philip Cooper say? A little bit of information in the wrong hands is a terrible thing. Terrible thing. Travs, he's sucking our melanin because he's an archon. What am I gonna do with your funky stank melanin? I have my own. I don't want yours. Whole Facebook group, man. Y'all got nothing better to do. This is, oh my gosh, that really happened. He's taking our melanin. I can barely stand you as is. Why would I want any? Chill and learn something. Young Infinite Mind says the Pope literally disappeared in thin air. He probably used his powers. MC Maestro says conspiracy theories are still Christianity, American Christianity at that. Mm-hmm. Zero says, my theory is that those so-called deities are just concept constructed by humanity. The creation will never be able to surpass its creator. Okay, good. Now apply that theory to your own visualizations that you said you had. Apply that same theory that you just had there to your own visualizations that you had. You got your answer. You have it. You just need to learn to trust yourself. Hollow Vegeta says conspiracies can't be theory when so many are proven true. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. I'm a born winner. Shango says a primal inner memory made conscious to remind you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spiritual Nectar Water says we have yet to see your true form, Travis. Shout out to Frieza. It's inevitably coming, I guess. Too rare. I've been here before. Done this already. Woke okay says once you do shadow work to boil things down to a basic perception of life is good or life is bad, how do you go deeper than that if that makes sense? So as far as what I'm teaching, shadow work has nothing to do with good or bad. If anything, shadow work has to do with where you got this idea of good versus bad from, and all the factors that come into play of what built you as a human being, or as a so-called human being, all the factors that built your personality, all the factors that cause you to believe the things that you believe. That's what shadow work is. Nothing to do with good and evil. That's why you should probably take my class, because it's free stuff on the internet. Well, they just got you doing journals and stuff, right? Journaling, shadow work journaling. Mariah Magdalene, peace. Spiritual Nectar Water says Joe Biden is another algorithm I choose not to summon. Precisely. Supreme Angel, good to see you. Uh-oh. The chat is going wonky on me. I gotta scroll back up. Infinite Wisdom, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Hari Om Tat Sat Al Dicky. Peace, my man. And my best Denzel voice. My man. Does Denzel say that in like every movie? I think he does. Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. What else we got? What else we got? Mike Stroh Music says, kind of off topic, but are these recent solar flares we are having have anything to do with any kind of awakening that's supposed to come to humanity soon? Everything has everything to do with the awakening that's coming to humanity soon. Again, if you want to become a master at interpreting this shit, or at least get really good like me, you got to learn about metaphors and what makes these metaphors and what do they mean to you. When you think about the sun and the solar flares, what sphere is that related to? Tifereth. And what is Tifereth's function in the universe? And how does Tifereth's energy function in your personal life? And if these solar flares are shooting off, what does that mean? How does it affect Earth? And how does your personal Tifereth affect your personal Earth? What's the metaphor? Right? You can figure this stuff out on your own. You don't need to go online and look at what other people are saying about it. If you just learn how to break down the metaphors, you can figure this out yourself. I'm telling you. You can figure it out yourself. But you got to look at the metaphor and what it means to you. Learn how to connect the dots. This is using the hologram. This is how you break the matrix, right? I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what these other folks out here talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. How can you trust what I'm saying? Because if you listen to what I say and you try it yourself, you're going to get a result. Or maybe ask someone else who got a result based off of something I said. So what I'm saying right now is you don't necessarily have to go out here searching for other people's answers that they're giving you. Learn what's the metaphorical value. If it's something about the sun, how does the sun relate to you? Where's the sun in your body? The heart, right? The heart is related to the sun. Or we can say Christ consciousness. What role do you play as the Christ in your life? You see what I'm saying? Learn how to connect the dots. As above, so below. The whole story composed is also within every page and every word. Hariom Tetset. Yeah, Micah says Goofy Goobers. Melanin Archon. Do it. Spiritual Nectar says, you old cowards don't even smoke crack. I knew you was rare when you played that song. My homies used to think I was tripping for liking it, but then they started slapping it too. That's a good song. It's a good song. It's weird. And that's what it's art. It's art. It's not the mainstream cookie cutter repeat stuff. Like it's unique. It's unique. I ain't never seen a crack in my life, but the song is pretty special. I'll put it that way. So I'm glad you appreciated it. People stopped following me because I was playing that song. They got triggered, I guess. Lance Spinfield says, great late night show last night. Shh, it's a secret. I was at work all day today observing other people's matrix as well as my own. Gratitude for the Mary, Trav. Yeah, and see, that's why it's one of my special books, because books like that literally can change your life immediately. And you're not the only one. I got messages today from other people, one in specifically who had a Mary situation the next morning. It was a roommate. And she was able to handle it differently based off of what we read last night. So I love that book. Hari Om Tat Sat. Oh my, let me make sure. The chat is being weird tonight. It's like showing me a little bit of messages and then it jumps to a bunch. I'm trying to keep up. Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. King Follow Garage Gym Workouts says, how much is the class? Where do I sign up? Cash App. Do you have me on Instagram? I think we connect on Instagram, right? Send me a message on Instagram and then I'll send you the link. MC Maestro says, I've seen somebody charges $500 for a wellness challenge. A challenge. Yeah, man. Jonathan Hart. Peace, brother. Peace. Spiritual Nectar of Water says, are you still creating sigils? Yeah, I am. Zero says, okay, I'll focus on the self-trust from now on. Thank you for the help. My pleasure, my friend. Because listen, I believe in my own metaphors too. If the macrocosm is contained in the microcosm, if this is a hologram, then that means in some way you are me. So it's my duty to help you, and it's your duty to help me. Now, thankfully, I don't need too much help, but things change. I'll need to find one of Hecate's patients so I can practice Yoni Tantra. There's a book called Yoni Tantra, and it teaches you how to properly worship the Yoni. You can find the PDF. It's pretty cool. Apparently, you can gain a certain level of enlightenment by staring into the Yoni. Staring into it. MC Marshall says, each vid is a sigil, bro. Watch the technique. You know it. Loris B says, Sly says hi, my boyfriend. Peace, Sly, and peace, Loris. Hari Om. That's it. Okay, all right. Gene Fraser says, please spell Tifereth. I need to study Kabbalah. Tifereth is spelled Tiphareth. Tifereth. Gemma Thorne, good to see you. It's pretty late for you. You up real late. Across the pond there. Spiritual Nectar of Water says, who's your biggest inspiration when it comes to this path or the occult? Is it still Lucifer? I don't know. Like, my biggest inspiration? Who is my biggest inspiration? I don't know. I hate to say it, but at this point, me, right? I don't know. And that's not to say that I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing, but I just don't think about other people like that anymore. I know it sounds cocky. There's no way for me to fix that, but right now it's me. Not trying to be full of ego or nothing. Shango says, first time I cooked cracked, I sizzled it all away. No. Yo, cowards. Don't even cook crack. Zero says, do you know the Kabbalion book? You must be new here. MC Maestro. We already got somebody in this chat trying to spill all my secrets. Don't be a second one now. Spiritual Nectar of Water says, Brother Panic said the corona was cause of the Betelgeuse comet. But like you said, nothing is true. Maybe, right? Maybe. Who knows? It's possible. And it's very interesting to think about. Like somebody said earlier, believe everything, but don't believe in anything. Jenny, peace. Hari Om, Dad said. Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead and read that Kabbalion. It's a good book. Spiritual Negative says, if you like Viper's music, check out GAB3, Scene Girl. Okay, I'll put that in another tab so that I can watch that afterwards. And I'm late for my my Fortnite live stream. See, I'm trying to be a Twitch streamer also. Like, I'm trying to expand my horizons and stream on Twitch now. Because if I want to play Fortnite every night anyways, I might as well make something of it. With that being said, I'm probably going to wrap up here soon. This is fun. I miss doing it. I need to get back on it. MC Maestro says Bobby Hemmett talked about that Yoni Tantra. Oh, yeah. So look, in front of me, I have all these different sigils that I use. And I got this candle from Corporeal Chaos Consulting. Helps with focus. Stare into the portal and allow it to manifest. Allow it to manifest. Shango says the Yoni is a beautiful sigil, a portal, and all-around awesome place to be. Absolutely. Did I already post the link to this song? Or did I not do that? My bad. I don't think I did that. I did do it. And I'm going to do it again just in case. There you go. Good shit. Garrett Patterson says, any knowledge about the Dark Mother? To be fair, that's a very broad question. Maybe whittle it down a bit, specify a little bit more. That'll help. James Fraser says we have the same good taste in chant background music. Om. Okay. So yeah, life is good. Life is good. Even when it doesn't feel good, life is still good. It's good. Fix your language. Seriously, fix your language. Start to become more aware and more present in the moment. That's the only way that you're going to be able to catch your language. Now, it might take some work, right? You might actually slip and you might, you know what I'm saying, do something or say something that you don't really agree with. This ain't me. Please forgive me. That's fine. And what you do is you check yourself in hindsight and say, you know what, this is what I did. This is what triggered me. Maybe next time I won't do that. And the more that you start to do that, the more you start to become aware in the present, to where, just like what Will said earlier, when something confronts you, you're able to confront it back and nip it in the bud, right? And that's how you want to be. You want to catch your language in the moment. You don't want to say, damn, I fucked up. You didn't fuck up. And don't say, damn, that's a curse, right? What's the positive intention behind that behavior? Another learning lesson. And you want to know something? There are no such thing as mistakes, because I guarantee you, if you look back, everything that you put in the mistake category actually led you to where you are today. And it probably, more than likely, led to some kind of new experience, new realization. So there ain't no mistakes. There's no reason to curse yourself. There's no reason to talk down or talk bad on yourself, or none of that. There's no reason to do it. Fix your language in the moment. Fix your little small tidbits, right? Little small talk. Fix the self-depreciating humor. Don't do that. Don't do that. Zero says it's 4 a.m. in Spain. Going to bed, guys. Love and peace for everyone here. And thank you, Trav, for the lesson. 777. Peace, bro. I'm glad you made it. Garrett Patterson says the holder of the left hand, the protector of the child. I believe that's called the Black Madonna. So we're talking about Bina, basically. We're talking about Saturn. Bina, the mother of all form, which also deals with the ego at the most subtle level, the image maker. This black mother you're talking about is the whole reason we have good versus evil, because this image maker, this form maker, this is what Shango, you messaged me about earlier regarding to the clip off. The shadow is instantly created as soon as there was light, simultaneous. So Bina, this black mother, this Black Madonna, is the function of separating one thing from another, creating form, limitation, structuring. And in doing so, in creating one thing, you automatically create its other, mother. So in the creation of the tree of life, the creation of the clip-off was instant. And the creation of light, the creation of darkness was instant. And the creation of self, the creation of other was instant. That's the function of the Black Mother. From the highest level. Now, I'm sure if you go to someone else's YouTube channel, they might give you some other answer. You know, maybe considering some candle to burn or some incense or some rock, crystal. But in all honesty, like I said earlier, these are not people in space. These are literally algorithms and patterns and functions of cosmic nature. So to understand the gods and the deities is to understand the patterns and how to apply them or remove them. The swanky hippie. Peace, peace. Okay, Blood Orange Sutphin Boulevard. The song will change you. All right, I'll copy that one as well. Don't give me too many songs, or I'm gonna be tabbed out on this window. I've already got 1,000,000 tabs open. Okay, King Follow, I got your message and I will get to you for sure. So yeah, Swanky Hippie is also somebody else who understands the Viper. We got 3 of us in here. Okay, so I think this is good. I think we covered a lot of information. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that you know, this was fun. Here's what I'm about to do. Oops, not that. Definitely not that. Booty. If you happen to need something to do, check us out on Twitch. We're going to tackle Fortnite Island, get some kills, get some dubs. And if the lobby starts getting really hard, don't judge me. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. But either way, we're going to have a good time. So, again, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. You could have been doing anything else for the past hour and 15 minutes, but you made the conscious decision to come hang out with your homeboy, Travis Magus. So I hope that it was worth it. Hope you got something good to work with. I hope your state has risen, right, to a positive state. And yeah, enjoy life. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You really don't. It's a choice. Don't do that. You don't have to. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. All right. So I'm out. I love doing this. I love being able to do this. This is good. This is good, man. I'm loving all of this. I've been wanting this for a long time. So now I can just enjoy it and watch it expand. Hari Om Tat Sat. All right. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. I love you guys. Peace.